We will always do the right thing at whatever cost. Well, we were raised in downtown Los Angeles, and we actually were one of the first trash pickers. We started collecting, bottles, cans, and newspaper. It was part of growing up. Pretty much been recycling my whole life.
He saw no trash. That's what he saw walking into a building. He saw the reuse of everything and what we can do to just make things better. And there is no trash. He saw no trash. There is a home for everything.
15 years ago, Richard came on and started to help us look into all the recycling that the AB 939, the state legislature, had put in effect.
I jumped in with both feet and spent my days online learning about California recycling law and recycling construction demolition debris, and it became a passion.
It didn't hit either one of us, the impact and the toxicity of everything. It was probably about a month and a half, 2 and a couple months, and he's going, oh my God, do you realize that, carpet is petroleum-based, all our plastic laminates, which is, 18, 20% of our job, is the most toxic. And I'm like, I need facts, buddy. I need nothing but the facts.
Gypsum is our number one material. It's 27% of our inbound material. It's the highest percentage of everything we do. In a landfill, which is an anaerobic environment, an environment without oxygen, when gypsum decomposes, 4 pounds of gypsum will create 1 pound of hydrogen sulfide gas. Caustic, toxic, lethal. That same material, if you land apply it and you allow oxygen to get to it, it breaks down the clay in the California soil, it improves water infiltration, it improves nutrient infiltration. It's highly beneficial to the land. We're currently shipping over 1,200 tons of drywall every month to farmers up in Northern California. So that's 1,200 tons a month, every month, of virgin gypsum that does not need to be mined for agriculture. That's 1,200 tons a month of landfill space that is not needed for that gypsum. And that's 300 tons of hydrogen sulfide gas every month, not created because we found another market for that material.
You sit back and you think about it saying, oh my God, we're putting this in a landfill, and eventually it's going to leak, and eventually it's going to get to our groundwater.
One of the first things we realized is that your standard construction and demolition recycling facility was not addressing commercial interior debris. And what we found out is that what they used was called a facility average, and it was strictly a mathematical formula. They took tons in, they subtracted tons sent to the landfill, and everything else was diversion. These other facilities are getting roughly 30% of their inbound debris from concrete, asphalt, dirt, inert materials we don't get from commercial interiors. So these guys were giving us credit for 75% diversion, but 70% of what they were recycling were materials we never saw. We knew that wasn't going to work for us. We knew if we were telling our clients that we were going to recycle 75% of their material, we wanted to make sure that it was 75% of their material and not just an aggregate weight that came into the facility. So we started looking at our own. We started building our own recycling facility. We have, the facility that we own is the only recycling facility in the country that treats commercial interior debris as a separate waste stream. Probably the most toxic material we deal with is manufactured lumber. And by manufactured lumber, I mean particle board, plywood, MDF. They're all part and parcel of the same thing. To a material, they all contain formaldehyde so the wood doesn't rot. They have pesticides so bugs won't eat it. They have fungicides so mold won't grow. They have fire retardant so they won't burn. They have an adhesive to hold it all together. But when you take that out and you break it up and then it goes into the landfill, every time it rains, the water that comes into the landfill percolates down through all of these materials and grabs those chemicals. Once we know the damage that these materials cause in a landfill, how could we sleep at night if we actually allowed them to make it that far?
Well, most people don't really see demolition as a trade, especially in interior demolition. Think it's a couple guys with a jackhammer just going in there, tearing things up, pulling carpet out. You never know until you open up a ceiling wall floors, what have you. There's also fiber optics. You never know what you're going to find, and you have to be ready. And so our guys are really true tradesmen. It's a trade. We train our guys from soup to nuts, A to Z, on all aspects: safety, training, understanding electrical, understanding the function of the building. Again, the most important thing for us is safety, recycling, and giving back, and that's what we focus on here.
The other 100,000 square feet of our warehouse is for donation. And so we bring in all of the good furniture, file cabinets, desks, chairs, stainless steel sinks, bathroom equipment, kitchen equipment, whatever you find, and we make it available free to any nonprofit that wants it. And it's one of my favorite things to do.
Probably doing 100 times a month of donations to nonprofit. And again, maybe just anybody that wanted it, whether it be a light fixture, whether it be carpet squares, cabinets, what have you. It doesn't matter, what nonprofit you are, everybody's welcome. That giving back and that reuse part is so huge. And it's so rewarding. I think that's the most rewarding thing for everybody here at IRS Demo. Once you know right from wrong, you know, so you can't unknow.